gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Geeks Who Like Sports, the only show that we know of that combines all of geekdom with all of sportsdom into an amazing mashup. And speaking of two amazing different things coming together, I'm Ray Carcello here in Los Angeles, joined by my best buddy Lee Elias over in Philadelphia. Lee, how's it going today?
Ray, I always get this image of you as Danny DeVito opening up a circus act when you start this show for some reason. Which is funny because I think he did that in Dumbo, the new Dumbo movie. But
Yes,
that is what I think of. I think of like the curtain comes up, it's like a circus. Like maybe we should do this at PAX, like when we come out. We don't even let them introduce it. You just come out, we'll have all the fanfare, we'll have some trumpets. Maybe we'll get an elephant. Actually, that's animal cruelty. So we should scratch the elephant. Okay?
Yeah, no elephant.
But you can have that big stick and march yourself out. And here's the kicker, Ray. We'll have you in full penguin costume.
I would love to be in full penguin costume, as uncomfortable as it might be. But I think we'll just...
Right. Dreams can come true is all I'm trying to say here. All right? Dreams can come true.
Yes,
There's nothing that you and I can't accomplish together.
Awesome. Yes, we will. Yes, dreams can come true, just like Geeks Who Like Sports has come true.
There you go.
Right?
That's totally fair. That's totally fair.
18 episodes in. Are you drinking tea today, Lee?
I have water today. It's
you have
midday
water.
when we're
I
recording.
have tea today. I'm drinking a lovely Mandarin tea. So
out of a Grand Theft Auto mug. The kicker is not what the tea is; it's what you're drinking it out of. Because we have enough geek products, we could do this for at least 150 episodes.
That's true. Actually, you know what'd be great is that when we get to PAX, I should bring my PAX mug. I have a PAX mug.
And I'll get one. So wait, if this is episode 18, does that mean that like Mom's kicking us out of the house after this week, or like do we have to wait till the 21st episode for that? When can we legally drink on the episode?
We can legally drink on the episode in episode 21.
Okay, we won't do it, but I just wanted to know.
Yes.
We're
almost there.
We're responsible. We're almost there. We're gonna graduate. Hey, it's graduation. This is a graduation episode. There you go. We made it.
All right, so let's before we get into the show, let's get a little housekeeping out of the way, folks. We are continuing our aggressive expansion. If you have not heard, we're on Spotify, Pocket Cast, and a very big one. I know a couple of people have actually asked me about this one. We are now also on Stitcher. That makes we are on every major podcast distribution service that you can be on. If there is one that we are not aware of, let us know. But we will get there. But to our knowledge, we're on iHeartRadio now.
Yeah. What this means, Ray, I'm cutting you off because what this means is this. I'm going to go East Coast here. If you're listening to this, first of all, thank you because you're probably a loyal listener or a first-time listener. We appreciate it out of the way. But now your friends have no more excuse about why they can't listen to this show. So you have to go out there and let them know. I've had people say, I don't have that. I don't want to download something. Whatever it is, we're on it. Find us in this aggressive expansion because we're trying to build a team. And there's actually a lot. There's not just one spot. There's like nobody has to kill each other. You can just be just search for them. We have a website, too. Imagine that.
That's right, geekswholikesports.com. We have an Instagram and a Twitter, which is geekswholike_SP1 are our handles there. So, I mean, obviously the Facebook page, facebook.com/geekswholikesports. We're up to almost 500 people on the Facebook page. So, yeah, we are super excited. We welcome everybody who has joined us and everybody who will continue to join us in the future. Get on board now, folks, because the bandwagon's not ever going to get full, but it's going to get crowded. So get a good seat now. But yeah, so again, thank you everybody who's been listening and who's been watching. We really, really appreciate it. But now let's get into this week's show.
We really do.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, seriously. And of course, and like Lee mentioned, August 30th, PAX West, 9:30 p.m. We will be there in person. We will have a panel. It's going to be great. A lot of great surprises, a lot of great guests. So very, very excited about that. But for today's show, we've got a lot of great stuff to talk about. Very, very exciting things as we get focused now here on this Friday morning. Lee, a big announcement, a industry-changing announcement potentially came out this week. Disney announced that you could get a Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus bundle for $12.99. Basically, everything you could potentially want. All your current television, all your sports, and all of your and basically all of your Disney stuff, all your archive stuff.
Everything you love about this show will be available in one location. It's incredible. It's incredible. So, right, here's what I'll tell you, okay? When Disney Plus was announced, that was like the first Avengers movie. It was like, oh, this is great. Everything's coming together, and we're going to have it in one spot. Now we're talking about the scene in Avengers Endgame when they all show up out of the portals, and Captain America does, the Avengers, assemble. And then the scream from Thor, and they're charging towards the cable companies of America right now, which is Thanos. But it is, listen, the reason we're talking about this is this is a massive game changer. Okay, so not just Disney Plus, which in itself was amazing to begin with, but the collective grouping of sports, Disney, and everything that's encompassed, and then essentially network television. I don't know much about Hulu's live broadcast capabilities with sports, Ray. Do you know anything about that?
With Hulu, Hulu does have live sports, but it's more limited. Yeah. But if you combine that with ESPN and ESPN Plus, it's almost a bit of a moot point. So they do have live sports. They did just have live sports about 2 months ago.
Interesting. So, like, I have YouTube TV right now, and the reason I have it is because I can get all my local sports teams live on there. I actually canceled my cable for that. But again, this is the thing. Everyone's talking about how, this is going to, Netflix is in trouble, and man, these other, I'm like, Netflix? What are you talking about Netflix for? It's cable television that's in trouble. It's not Netflix. Netflix will find a way through this. I guarantee it. They're far too large to die. Whether that's them teaming up with somebody else, which they'll probably end up doing. All right, potentially with NBC or something like that. I don't know, but cable companies will not be able to survive long after this because it's just too convenient. If you look at your cable bill, whatever your cable bill is right now, whatever it is, multiply $12.99 times 12. It's cheaper than your cable bill. All right? Yeah. There's just no possible way that they can compete with that without lowering their prices, and you're still not going to get everything that you want. Right? Yeah. So it's a big deal, and like again, you get every Star Wars show, movie. You get every Marvel show and movie, releasing new Marvel shows, which you're going to have to see if you're listening to this show, most likely, right? You get every Disney title ever, right? Yeah. And then anything else Disney's ever done. Like, who knows? I mean, I haven't even gotten into the new Disney shows they're going to probably be wanting to launch. Then you get all of ESPN, this is a huge deal for ESPN, which is partially owned by Disney, if you didn't know that, right? Yeah. Now, obviously, the hockey fan in me is not super excited about that because of that, but the football, baseball, basketball fan inside of me, and some of the more obscure sports that they put on there is very excited. All right, and they actually have been making a forte back into hockey with some international events. ESPN followed the NHL All-Star Game this year, so like there's clearly some interest there about getting back in. And then Hulu is just, network television. I mean, it's everything you could possibly want, from news to the sitcoms, comedies, night shows. I mean, unless I'm mistaken, I really don't know what else you need. Go ahead.
Like you mentioned, there's going to be some exclusive stuff over at Netflix and like obviously HBO and on all those.
Yeah, HBO Max, I was going to talk about.
Yeah, if you're looking for your quote unquote basic cable and your sports plus the Disney archives, right now I get plus HBO. I pay $60 a month to get PlayStation View. I get about 70 channels. I get my sports. I get ESPN. I get news and all the other stuff. Think about it. This is 75% off that bill, right? Yeah, I'm going easily. From $60 for. Yes, I'm still going to have to pay for internet, right? That's how a lot of these cable companies are going to survive. A lot of the cable companies are also internet providers now. So a lot of them, not all of them, but like. The Cablevisions of the world are going to fold. But like Comcast, Verizon, Time Warner, or Spectrum now, which is what I have, they'll survive because they're going to still charge you $100 a month for your internet connection. But it's still a huge savings compared to what you were paying. And I know I can't wait. I can't wait for Disney Plus. Can't wait.
Well, here's the other thing, too. Look, the internet's a utility. And we use it for more than just television, so that's the first thing. The other thing too is that what's going to end up happening probably is these companies are going to have to like if you call Comcast now, they usually tell me stuff like, we can have the internet, but you have to have a basic cable package, but it's part of the deal. Like, it's like I'm not paying extra for it. I mean, I probably am, but you know what I'm trying to say? So what's going to happen is it's like, look, you're either going to have to lower your price, especially in areas where there's competition. So not everywhere has that. There are areas where there's more than one cable provider or internet provider where they're going to have to start competing now, all right? Because here's the thing. We're kind of quickly reaching this time period. I'd say we're already there, where is if you don't have a strong internet connection, it's a problem. Like, if you can't stream seamlessly, it used to be when we were younger, right? It used to be download speed, right? It used to be like, oh, man, I could download a song in 15 minutes. I remember sitting, like, waiting. I remember downloading, like, I was a hockey player in college. So we had long road trips, and I remember downloading for like, you'd prepare 3 days in advance. Like, you start downloading, and it would take 7-8 hours to download a film. Whereas, and, you know, this is pre-streaming, obviously, but now downloading a film takes 5 minutes max. Yeah, that's on a slow. So, like, you know, we're reaching this time period where, you know, we know that 5G is out in some places. You know, we know that I know that my speed here of internet is incredibly fast. Like, I don't have any blips on my broadcast devices. But look, here's the deal. You can see what's happening. The stars are aligning here. Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN in a package. HBO and Warner Brothers are in a package. Everyone's going to be doing this in the next 6 months, and the ones that won't survive. And I'm fine with it. You know, like, you get these people who are traditionalists. I just want my cable. Well, you can have it because this is the cool thing about it, right? This is what I look at. It's all niched out, right? So, like, look at me, right? Cable, complete cable. If you got a full cable package, which not everybody has, but if you got a full cable package, you're looking at what, about $250 a month? You know what I mean? Like if you had everything.
If you had everything plus even like a landline phone, you're probably looking at somewhere between $200 and $250 a month.
All right, so let's just, why don't we split it a little bit? Maybe it's like $150 to $175, right? A month.
Yeah, I was paying $180 a month originally for my cable and my internet. Then I switched to PlayStation View, got down to $160. So
look, based on the number you just said, $180. It's $2,160 a year for that package. Okay, just remember that number, $2,160. Okay, so let's just say I do this Disney deal, which was a $12.99, right?
$12.99, yeah.
$12.99 times 12 is $155.88. So round up, $156. So we got a long way to go. But what was the number? What was the 2000 number?
$2,160.
20. Wait, okay, so we got a ways to go. Okay, so let's just say I do that. You know what? I also want to get the NHL game package. I want every single NHL game. That's another $100 on top of it. Period. So now I'm at $255, $256, right? Let's just say I'm going to stay on Netflix just because I feel like it. What's Netflix cost? $20 a month?
Right now, I think it's $15 a month. So
15, that won't last.
Yeah.
So even that. So that's another $180 on top. Okay. Right. Let's keep going here, right? So I want HBO Max, which is probably going to be what? Let's just say another $15 a month, right? Would you say that's fair? That's another $180. I'm not even halfway there yet. Yeah. Right? You know what? I'm going to splurge, right? I'm getting NFL. I'm going to get Red Zone and everything. How much does that cost? A couple $100?
Yeah. Probably another couple hundred.
Okay, well, no matter how you slice it, I'm not getting close to that cable package, right?
Well, again, and I'll say this again because like what's happening for me is I pay $100 a month for internet, and the top tier internet for my provider. So that's $1,200 a month also. So, or $1,200 for the year. So you're still coming out ahead of what you were paying if you got all of that stuff. You got every sports package. You got every streaming service. You got everything. You're still paying less than what you paid for cable. If you have also, again, because you don't need the top tier internet. You don't need that. Like I could pay $75 a month and get the next thing down. Yeah. But I pay for top tier internet because of all my gaming stuff. So you're still paying. What was that total before the $1,200? What, like $500-$600 plus $1,200 for internet? You're still coming out $300 ahead.
You're still there. And my point is this: is like even if you broke even, you'd have to try now to break even for that package. Yeah. Okay. Because again, if you're below 45, you do not need a landline. Okay, unless you really want one for some reason, and that's not really pricey anyway. Right, so it's just like you could say the money's just getting shuffled around, but it's just a better economic deal. I mean, and this is just the start. These things are going to evolve from here, you know. And again, at some point, you know, there's going to be an exodus from the theaters to home. I mean, this is also we haven't even spoke about that, but this move by Disney will do that. I mean, the shows they're making are cinematic level shows. All right, and obviously Netflix has already proven that you can release a major motion picture on Netflix. It's going to do just as good as it did in the theater. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's pretty incredible. It's a pretty incredible time to be, in entertainment, I would say. But again, this is our geek segment today because this is a big deal. It's a big deal that you can get everything on one spot. And again, it all comes down to, I call it like niche broadcasting, right? Like you can get exactly what you want. When I was younger, I used to be so upset at ESPN and just in general because I could never get hockey on TV. And I love hockey, right? I just couldn't get it. And then I still hear people say, like, ESPN sucks, they don't have hockey. I'm like, who cares today? Why do you care about that? You know what I mean?
You don't need them to have hockey.
You don't need it. It's niched out. Yeah, you don't need. I get every hockey game for $100. I get every hockey game, every one of them. It's just like, what are you complaining about? So this is just furthering that. What's going to be funny, Ray, is in like 50 years when everyone, my kids are grown up. It's like, what's the thing that's going to make us old? You know what I mean? Like, are you guys still streaming? You don't have your virtual helmet conductor? Why? What are you doing? I was in the game. You
guys don't have an implant yet? Come on, dude.
Yeah, that's the next thing, right? Or what happens when my son and daughter go, come on, Dad, get in the game? I'm like, I did on EA Sports, 1997. It's not new.
We've been in the game since John Madden first debuted in 1988.
Who's John Madden? Shut up, son. Yeah.
But even that, and the thing is, though, I think we're going to be the first generation. I think that we still, as a generation, are still willing to adapt to new things more than our parents or grandparents did. That said, my grandmother just got rid of her landline. Like, even my grandmother has gotten a cell phone and is basically like... Yeah. It's a flip phone, but she's like, I'll just use this. This is a lot easier and a lot cheaper.
Yeah, think about this. Who calls you on the landline now? It's the same person. Yeah, exactly. No, just telemarketers. That's it. It's never someone you want to hear from.
Yeah, and the worst part is that now the telemarketer is calling your cell phone too. So, I mean...
Yeah, except I can screen it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. I can screen it now.
Remember when you used to have... who's calling you?
What? Oh, remember you used to have to screen your phone calls on your answering machine?
Yeah.
Folks,
and then the person would leave a message. Are you listening? I know you're there listening. Listening. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up.
Oh, God. The things our children, your children, I have no children, will never have to deal with.
Yes, say that. Ray is an eligible bachelor to my knowledge.
That's right. Ladies, I am willing and able. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Ray. I like long walks on my video games, especially in Vice City.
Yes.
I have. You should do that, Ray. We should do a video game bachelor's, like a complete thing. But you gotta do it seriously. I have taken over Vice City 7 times. Not to mention several other Grand Theft Auto territories. You should, and then you should say that. But my greatest accomplishment is I defeated Shao Kahn in record time. With and then just with meat in Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah. I have liberated 17 different wastelands across all the video games.
There you go. I have killed Adolf Hitler 12 times.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was fun. I got a medal.
Yeah. And also, ladies, I'm going to throw a number out there for you, 226,000. No, that's not my salary. That's my gamer score. So.
Ooh. Ray, you talking about, man? If you really want to get this, here's what's funny. Now, Ray, I'm gonna act like a pimp here for you for a minute. I'm gonna go into into a file. I'm gonna call it a file that I have about you. All right. For those of you watching the episode, you can see that I'm not kidding. Everything's on my phone. So here's some other stats about Ray. If you're interested. Hold on, I have to wait. Something's happening in what I'm looking at that I can't stop right now. But as soon as this is finished. I'll give you guys a hint in a second here. I got a Finian, Ray. Anyway, so here's what I'm going to tell you about Ray. Ladies, this is important. Ray, or as we call him, Strong Protector, that's a name he made up a long time ago. That's not just something for the camera. But you should know that Ray, in his lifetime, has walked 2,793 kilometers in Pokemon Go. He has won 1,098 battles. And if you're ready for this. He has caught 9,406 Pokemon, right? And he's a level 36 at 500,000 points on his way to 2 million for level 37. And again, if you're watching at home, here's a picture of a Strong Protector and his friend, right?
Real.
We're talking about Pokemon Go here on Geeks Who Like Sports. Man, Ray, you've really played this game a lot. You know what's funny? You want to hear something funny? All right, so for those of you at home, I'm going to try and describe this. So in Pokemon Go, you can be friends with other people. Obviously, Ray and I are friends. Literally, Ray is my only friend in the game. I'm showing him at room right now. But this made me upset. That there's like this heart score in this game of like how strong you are with your friend, right? And obviously, it increases over time and like what you do with each other. And I'm looking at this, and I have 1 out of 4 hearts for you, and I'm like, this is horse shit.
Here's the thing. So
No. I 15 years in this friendship, Ray, and this game doesn't know that. It's upsetting to me. All I get is a heart, and I get to know that you found a Numel this afternoon. That's my life right now with you on this game?
The game thinks we've known each other for a week and not for 15 years.
This game doesn't know anything, okay, about our relationship. Listen, you can take your 9,406 Pokemon, okay, and I'm not even gonna look what mine is because it's probably like 1,000 or 500 or something like that, right? And I just want you to know that I am not a one heart friend to you. I am a 4 heart friend, and if there's bonus hearts later on, I'm in that too.
Yes.
Okay.
Lee is a 4 heart friend in real life, even if he's only a 1 heart friend in
This
Pokemon
says I'm a good friend. This game doesn't know anything. Jeez, I'm gonna keep playing it now.
So Lee's son Logan has recently gotten into Pokemon Go, and of course I've been very much into Pokemon Go since it originally launched back in July of 2016. So it's very nice to see Lee having gotten back into the game. Actually, I can't wait till that way we get to meet again in Seattle for PAX, because I'm going to help him raise his Pokemon game to a whole new level. We might make a video out of it. We're not sure. But
we should. I should also make it known, though, real quick, that what happened was, so I downloaded this. I was living in England when this game came out.
That's true.
My wife, who served in the U.S. Air Force, we were stationed in England, and I started playing. And my wife and I actually loved it. And what happened was we moved back to the States, and I ended up in Delaware, the greatest state that's not. It's not a great state. We moved to Delaware, the first state. I call it a pass-through state when you're going from Pennsylvania to other states below it. And you know what the funny thing is? I've told that to people in Delaware. They don't like fight me on it. They're like, yeah, it's just kind of true. It's Delaware. We all want to leave. Anyway, I moved to Delaware, and there were no Pokemon where I lived, because I remember getting there and you couldn't play the game. Because there was nothing there for whatever reason. I mean, there's 100 reasons. I mean, I know like when you go near military bases, actually now they've shut it off. You can't play the game on a military base.
Oh, interesting.
Well, what's funny here, Ray,
makes
is
sense,
that,
but...
so when I was leaving the base in England, they had just enacted that because when this game first came out, I was walking around base, and there were hundreds of people out playing. Because remember, a lot of these military people are young, right? They're 18 to 20. They're new, especially at that base.
they're our age. They're our demo. Yeah.
Yeah, and we had this kind of like it's an Air Force base, so they had this really cool monument with 3 jets, like full size jets. And I went by there one night, and there was a traffic jam. There were so many people there playing, and this is when it came out. Like there weren't raids or anything yet. You know what I mean? I think what people were doing is just lure models everywhere. Okay, but like. They had to stop it because it was becoming a problem. It was becoming a problem for the U.S. military. So the moral of the story is this: if you want to storm Area 51, Pokemon Go is the answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all trying to just have Niantic put a super rare Pokemon in Area 51, and you'll just see the hordes just descend upon it.
Yeah. You could even call it an alien.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. They're on to us already. Ray, so quick live decision here on Pokemon Go. I just caught a Psyduck, and I used the little pineapple to get some more. I have 50. Should I evolve them?
What's his CP?
This one's 529.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I can always look at. Well, I can see. Hold on, I can see what other Psyducks have. But go ahead, please continue the show. I don't want to bore our viewers here.
Yes, I was going to say I would have evolved your strongest Psyduck.
Oh, level 21. Just get the level 21, buddy.
Nice.
This is a big moment, Ray. I'm at level 21. I can drink in the game now.
While Lee is evolving his Psyduck, we should. It's actually a good time to other geek stuff. terms of Pokemon, they announced some new Pokemon coming to Pokemon Sword and Shield later this year, the new game coming to the Switch, including my spirit Pokemon now, which is Morpeko, which kind of looks like a Pikachu with a few different colors to him, but he changes color, he changes moods, and changes type when he's hungry, or as they say, hangry. So definitely, he goes from being an electric dark type to just a straight dark type, I believe, when he's hangry and he gets more powerful, much like me. So
I was just going to say that, right?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, like, I know someone like that.
Yeah, so it is my new spirit Pokemon. They also showed off a new Weezing that looks like a 19th century railroad villain. Like, he ties a damsel in distress to the railroads. He's got a big top stovepipe hat. And they also showed off a new Zigzagoon evolution exclusive to this generation that looks like Gene Simmons from Kiss. So those were the new Pokemon that were revealed this week. That will be, I guess, I think this will be Gen 9. That'll release with Pokemon Sword and Shield, which of course is based on England. So that's very, very exciting. For sure. And there's going to be a lot more Pokemon as well as we get closer, as we get to the release. I'm sure Gamescom and PAX, I'm sure, will have some Pokemon stuff going on. I'd be very surprised if those didn't later this month. And also, just real quick to go back, the reason why I'm called Strong Protector in both in Pokemon and, of course, in on my Xbox Live handle.
It's for you, ladies.
Yeah. Is because actually a lot of people don't know this, but that's what Re means in Latin. Re means strong protector. That's why in Italian, French, and the Romance languages, Re means king. That's where it all derives from. So your super geeky linguistics lesson.
Wait. Yeah, this is geeks who like sports, not nerds who like sports. There's a difference.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
There is a
you know what Lee means in Latin?
Yeah. What was that?
You know what Lee means in Latin?
What?
Someone who loves hockey and is a great co-host.
Yeah,
but that was too long. That was too long for my name on here, so I didn't use it. Ray, I have a gold duck here.
You have a gold duck. Congratulations!
Yeah, CP Power.
Gold duck's actually one of my favorite Pokemon.
There he is. It happened in the game. My son will be so proud. I gotta tell you that you brought up that my son and I were playing this game. It is awesome. It is a really fun bonding experience. I mean, I'll tell you this at home, not to get too sappy, but so we were playing, and he was having a hard time kind of flicking the Pokeballs to kind of catch it. So he would always hand me back the phone, and I wanted to encourage. I was like, no, buddy, you do it. So I just went around this is the kind of dad I am. When he wasn't at home, I went to every Pokestop I could. I got as many Pokeballs as I possibly could while he was out of the house. I mean, it's funny because, I'm 35, and like all these kids are looking at me like, what are you doing? I was like, Pokeballs for my son. You play Pokemon Go? I'm like, yeah, what's it to you? I know Strong Protector. All right. So I got as many Pokeballs as I could, and then I came home and he caught his first one. Man, you should have seen his face when he caught this thing. He was jumping. I did it! Like, he was all over the place. And now he doesn't give me my phone back anymore. But it's really fun because like we acquired a gym, in the game. Mm-hmm. So again, for those of you who might not play the game, it's like there's different locations on the map that you can kind of take over. That's pretty the essence of it. And he goes like, can we go to our gym? Like he talks about like it's real to him. You know what I mean? So it's really cool. And I haven't even shown him the AR mode yet. I can't wait to do that.
When you get more advanced and stuff, and you go into you can do AR mode and start making funny pictures and stuff like that. That's really a lot of fun, and that's how the game started. That you guys are bonding over this.
Well, if you move to Philadelphia, you can too, and then I can get a break. Anyway, Strong Protector. Sorry for that little Pokemon Go interval there, but I wanted you guys to know. We got a gold duck.
So this is probably I'll say this, and you guys are getting a true peek into me and Lee's friendship right now. Like, I mean,
That's true.
we're pretty casual when it comes to the show, and we're pretty chill and kind of just talk about whatever. But I think, like, especially in terms of the show, this is how it goes. Me and Lee talk to each other all the time, and this is it. We're just talking about Pokemon and Disney Plus, and just like, whatever.
Right, and you know why too? It's to kind of like. I'll say this: you and I both love what we do typically, for work and in the industries that we're in. But this is how we get away from it. If that makes sense. Like, this is what we do to kind of, because look, as much as we love the things that we do, like you still need a break from it from time to time. So naturally, this is what we do. We talk about the things that we do. It's confusing now that I'm thinking about it, but it's good to have a way to outlet.
Yes. So that was the geek segment for today. We don't really have a transition. I mean, speaking of outlet,
no.
How about an outlet pass for
some? Need.
How about some outlet passes from some quarterbacks last night?
Oh, okay. All right. It was okay. I was gonna say, Ray, we're following our dreams.
Yeah.
Is there any segue you could think of with that? We're following our dreams.
There's a lot of dreams that came true last night in the NFL as the preseason officially kicked off.
Ray, do I have to spell it out for you, man? Do I have to spell it out for you here? If you build it, the transition will come.
Oh, well, that's also Field of Dreams. Oh, I'm so focused on football already.
It's fair. It's fine. I'm teasing
Of course, Field of Dreams. So, yes.
No,
Big news in
your
baseball.
Football thing. You did it. You did it already. It's all right. Let's go to preseason football. Let's talk about it. Knight Southfeld broke his wrist. Way to go. Eagles season not done because that was not a starting quarterback.
No, you're fine. Yeah, Carson Wentz. Yes, NFL preseason yesterday kicked off. It was a big it's a big deal. We're less than a month away now from officially the season kicking off. First slate of games happened last night. The Giants beat the Jets, which is really just a thing of pride for a lot of folks. It just again, Eli threw one pass. Most of the starters didn't play. Barkley didn't play at all. Golden Tate played because he's going to serve a 4-game drug suspension, probably, so he needed the reps. But
the Giants.
Yeah. But Daniel Jones, as much as, and I will say this, folks, everybody who already says, oh, man, the Giants made a good pick, it was one drive. He made one drive in the first preseason game against the Jets' second-string defenders. Did he make the throws he needed to make? Did he have some touch? Did he put the ball where it needed to be? Yes. He looked, of the 3 rookie quarterbacks to play last night, he looked the best. Kyler Murray looked very good for Arizona as well. He had one drive, went 6 of 7, no touchdowns. Dwayne Haskins, who, of course, with Washington and who Jones will be most compared to throughout his career, similar to how Eli, Phillip Rivers, and Ben Roethlisberger are always lumped together, you're going to have Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, and Dwayne Haskins lumped together. Should the 3 of them continue to do anything, Haskins had a rough night, showed the most arm strength of any of the quarterbacks for Washington, but also threw 2 picks, overthrew his receivers badly on those 2 plays. But, again, he's a rookie. Probably the most raw talent there. It'll be interesting to see if Gruden can turn him into an NFL caliber quarterback. Yeah. But I think, again, most raw talent, bit more of a project. That's why Washington went out and got Case Keenum, whereas the Giants know that Eli might be on his last legs. Daniel Jones, probably the most ready of the 3 quarterbacks to probably start, might have to, depending on how Eli does as the season goes. And, of course, Lee's Eagles have Carson Wentz, so they'll be fine.
I do appreciate that you don't say the Eagles. You say Lee's Eagles.
Yes.
No, it's funny. So a few things I want to comment on what you said. So yeah, the big news out of Philadelphia last night is Nate Sudfeld broke his wrist, which is amazing because first off, he threw a 75-yard touchdown pass to Michael last night, which was great. And I was actually watching the post conference, like the things you don't see unless you're in market. And this dude, I love it because he got the pass, he scored his touchdown, first touchdown he's ever scored. He was so thankful. Like it was one of those like post game interviews. I was inspired by the guy because he's like, and they were trying to get him to sound selfish and he wouldn't do it. He's like, when that ball was in the air, he's like, we talked about it this week. I dreaming about it. He's like, I saw it. It was the best feeling in the world. And I caught it. And I scored a touchdown. And then we're just like, well, how does it feel that you didn't get any more time the rest of the game? Like, it's a stupid question, right? He's like, man, it doesn't matter because like that was my dream, and I could just going up from there. It's tough, it's a preseason game, so I might not get more touches, and it's okay. It was just like the greatest interview. And then he just said, I'm super thankful. It was refreshing to hear that, because here's the thing, and if you watch Hard Knocks, like you kind of know what these games are. These games are not meant to be taken seriously. The coaches do not care about winning probably till the last 2 minutes of the game. And that's just more of a like, I don't like to lose.
Right, what I mean? Exactly. It's like, all right, let's do a 2-minute drill. Let's go.
Yeah, but like as Ray and most of you know, I'm a coach. Okay, so I've coached many teams through preseason before, And the goal of preseason is not to win. The goal of preseason is to make sure you're selecting the right players, to make sure that you're fixing major things at that point, you're fixing major gaps in the game that you can see. It's also time to practice systems depending on the sport. Like I'm coaching football right now, and we're practicing basic things right now and making sure that we have our foundation down for the season. Also, a lot of just personnel things, who's going where, who's doing what, who's our quarterback. But this is what killed me up preseason, right? And by the way, your analysis of the Giants was very good. I think Eli, I'm saying this with complete respect. He is on his way out at this point of his career, and it's good that they recognize that because that's where he's at. And again, complete respect. 2 Super Bowl championships is not something you can deny someone. But this is what kills me about preseason, and I don't want to say fans, but people. It's like what I laugh because it's like look what's happening in Philadelphia right now. It hasn't even been 24 hours yet, and I've already been told. Well, we're looking at Kaepernick, which is not true at all. There's no possible way we're looking at him, right? Then I'm hearing like, well, we can get Hoyer. I'm like, guys, listen to me. This is what I told a friend of mine today. This is the truth. If Wentz goes down, we're done. Doesn't matter who the backup is, okay? Yeah. I don't care who you get. If he goes down, we're done. We've already had the magical quarterback, and he's in Jacksonville now. Okay,
they got pummeled last night, but he didn't play. So
he didn't play, right? So my point is that like we were lucky to have Foles do what he did 2 years in a row, and I mean that. Like I'm still not convinced, and people can argue this with me, especially those of you listening. I'm still not convinced that he's a starting quarterback. All right, people say that I'm crazy for that. I said no, he is the best 3 to 6 game quarterback in the league. Okay,
he's
but
Jeff Hostetler 2.0.
Yes,
I've been saying right now I've been saying this too for forever.
Yes, but okay, right now he is. He does have the opportunity to prove me wrong, and I hope he does. To be honest with you, like he's just a great human being. Okay, but he has not done anything to show me that he can go all 18 games plus playoffs and do it. Now again, I want to say this again on record. I hope that I'm proven wrong here, but I just don't believe he's that guy. I think he is a short. How about this? He's the greatest backup quarterback in history.
Yeah.
Right? That might be a fair thing to say. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, but this is me being a coach and being realistic. Like it's like what are you guys doing? Like we don't need a quarterback controversy. We just technically had one, right? You know what I mean? And to be fair, it actually played out really well. Like both those guys were real gentlemen about it, right? I don't know, Ray, many other situations where you can win the Super Bowl as magically as we did and then become the backup the next year. But it happened, and they accepted it. And you almost did similar stuff last season before we lost. But anyway, where I'm going with this is this. Calm down. Calm the hell down. All right? First off, a lot of these quarterbacks, no one's picking up Kaepernick. And I'm not making a political statement right now about that at all. This is nothing to do with it.
He's been out of the league for 3 years now.
Yeah. He would not be good if he came back right now. Like that's the other thing too. Like you're not going to get form back.
Into football shape. Like he says he's in football shape, but let's be real, Lee. And this also as an athlete. Like you can train as much as you want, but until you're actually on the field with pads on, you're not in football shape or hockey shape or baseball shape or
How about this? Carson Wentz is a great example of that. Right? He was not at 100% last year, and it was pretty obvious. And everybody says the injury that he sustained, multiple injuries, but it takes a year to get back. He just did not have his rhythm. And when he was getting it, he got injured again. So it's just like there's nothing that's going to make me believe that Kaepernick's going to come back. Might as well get Tim Tebow if we're talking about this. You know what I mean? It's like that's kind of the level we're talking about here, right? But it calm down. I'm telling you as a coach right now. I'm not just saying this is kind of in any condescending way. Calm down. It's week 1 of preseason. All right, like let your team figure themselves out. These games don't matter. Okay, and I'm 100% with coaches that don't dress their starters right now. Okay, because football rosters right now are bleeding at the seams. You have got to cut guys right now. Okay, and here's the thing. Like Michael last night on the Eagles, he had his shot, he executed. He'll be there next week, right? Most likely, they're not going to cut him after that, right? But someone didn't. No. Someone had their shot and they didn't catch the ball, or they didn't make a play on defense, and they're not going to be here today after today.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get the roster number down to 53 guys. You're looking for reasons, like you said, Lee, to get rid of guys. I do want to say the Ravens looked very, very good last night, beating the Jags 29-0. Lamar Jackson, second-year QB, looked amazing. But one guy who stood out in the Cleveland versus Washington game, to go back, who's going to have another chance, and I want to say this just because it's such a great feel-good story, Damon Shoot the puck, Sheehy. No, sorry, that's an inside joke.
That's very much an inside joke.
Damon Sheehy Giuseppe of the Cleveland Browns, who was homeless 6 months ago, was sleeping outside, begging for an opportunity with the Browns to get a workout. Was their punt returner last night and returned a punt for a touchdown.
Yeah.
I am rooting so hard for this guy to make the day one roster.
Underdog story.
I mean, the dude, first off, the dude can fly. Like, the dude, I mean, like, let me say this. Even if Cleveland cuts him, somebody will find a place for him on their roster. Maybe the Giants, who have all the receivers banged up. But
come on. The Jets will take him, too. The Jets will take anybody. Jets will take anyone.
I'm saying that there are 32 teams out there. Everybody always needs help with special teams, and if the dude reminded me a little bit of
Vince Papale,
Devin Hester a little bit in terms of how he looked.
Wow, that's a compliment.
Yeah, on the punt return, and maybe that's too little, too early. But I'm rooting hard for that guy. That is a great story to come from the week 1 of the preseason, and I will say, and that is definitely a dude who at least for one more week should still be on the Browns roster.
What's cool about stories like that, and I love that about pro sports. And it's funny is that's not the only story like that right now. You have that pitcher in Oakland that just got picked up because he threw 96 at an event. Like they gave him he's throwing 96
one
miles.
One of those indoor batting cage kind of things at Coors Field in Colorado.
Yeah, throwing 96-mile-per-hour fastballs for fun. Consistently. Yeah. He's on the Oakland Athletics now. Billy Beane picked him up. But look, I love stories like this, and like that's also the majesty of sport. Is that things like that can happen, and it's not the first time or the last time. I mean, these stories go way back. Like Vince Papale in Philadelphia was a teacher, right? And he played 4 years for the Eagles. I mean, obviously Rudy is a great story, although he didn't. People talk about Rudy. I guess I gotta get this off my chest. Actually, I know a lot of people who hate that movie, and well, he didn't do anything. He didn't even play. And I'm like, that's like not the point of the movie.
Right.
The point of the movie is if you want something enough, you can do it through hard work and he worked his butt off to play one series. That's awesome.
He made one tackle, but the point is that he worked forever.
Yeah.
To get a sack. Into the annals of Notre Dame history. And he got there. And that's the thing. It's the story of perseverance, and it's
it's a great story. It's a great story. And I just can't stand people who don't like that movie. I just think they miss the point if that's what they're saying.
Exactly.
He never played. Well, he's in Notre Dame's history books, and you're not.
Yeah.
In fact, he's one of the most famous Notre Dame players of all time with his one sack.
Yeah.
That's
it. Yeah, that's the thing is that he made one play, but that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah. Vince Papale scored a touchdown
against one play.
Sorry, Vince Papale scored a touchdown against the Giants. Sorry, Ray. He did. I mean, it's like these dreams come true. That was not a shot at the Giants. That just happened to be who it could have been the Redskins or the Cowboys.
Yeah, I know. It's true, but
or the Jets.
It does make it a little extra sweet for you guys. I know that it was against the Giants, but
I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys at home. Ray and ours friendship has soured my souredness against the teams that he likes. It's tough for me to
it's the same way. It goes the same way, actually.
Yeah. Now, when we're playing each other, it becomes really fun, kind of playful banter.
Yeah.
All right. But there's mutual respect there. Like if the Giants were to beat the Eagles in the playoffs, as painful as that would be for me, and I mean that, I would shake Ray's hand and be happy for him.
Yeah.
Not 98% of you Giants fans out there who are just horrible. You're just horrible. Yeah. I can already hear you. We're horrible. Philadelphia's horrible. Shut up. Just shut up.
I got some batteries for you, Lee.
Yeah. The whole Northeast is a bunch of a-holes. When are we all going to realize that? Right, from Washington all the way up to Boston, we're all a-holes equally. There's not one fan base that's and then people go the Dallas. If you go to a football game in Dallas, they're the nicest people in the world. It's Dallas fans outside of Dallas that are horrendous. You know why? Because you're from the Northeast and you're an a-hole like the rest of us. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing that those are the worst. Cowboys fans from the Northeast are the worst.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ray.
Well, okay. We have to say this just in case. There is one that we both know that's a good guy.
We love Ray.
Ray Santiago. There's a third person in this group named Ray. who's a huge Cowboys fan, but he's a good Cowboys fan. Yeah. I hope he's listening to this. We'll have to send him this clip. But no, like that's the truth. I always love that. Like, we're all a-holes up here. Everyone knows that. I've traveled the country. It's just here.
Yeah.
Right? In California, where you are, there's lots of a-holes, but they just don't look you in the eye. There's a difference.
Yeah, no, they stab you in the back. It's I call them the plastic people. I call them the plastic people.
The plastic people. That's going to be Seattle's new hockey team. The Seattle plastic people. You can have the purple plastic people eaters. That was a tongue twister. I got that out of the first try. Yeah. Anyway, just going back to the NFL. Yeah, it's week 1. Yeah. And I always love when people are like, it's so hard to cut people. Listen, I cut Pokemon from my Pokemon Go chart all the time. Don't even think twice about it. Give me the candy. Give me the candy, Professor, whatever your name is. You're cut. I don't need a 25 combat powered, whatever. I don't. Yeah. You're off my team. I want the best of the best.
That's it. Oh, man. Real quick, before we move on to our mashup, talk about baseball. Lee teased it earlier. Yes. A big deal. Something that baseball's been trying to do has been special event baseball games. There's one coming up later this year where they're going to be playing at the Little League Field in Williamsburg, Pennsylvania, which is where the Little League World Series is every year. They've played games in Omaha where the College World Series is. Obviously, they went to London earlier this year with Yankees versus Red Sox. Next year, the next big special game that baseball is doing, and actually this is a great idea, really, really great idea. When the Yankees play the White Sox next year in August, they're going to be doing it in Iowa, where Field of Dreams, the field from Field of Dreams, was built.
I'm giving you the music from Field of Dreams right now.
Yeah.
It's not actually, Field of Dreams didn't really have any iconic songs.
No, but
it was, if you build it, he will come. He will go. Ray, know his pain.
Yeah. I mean, of course, Shoeless Joe Jackson played for the White Sox, so it's fitting that the White Sox will be playing the Yankees. And, of course, you want the Yankees because the Yankees are just always a big draw, but it's going to be an 8,000-seat stadium. Look,
nice recovery. Of course you want the Yankees. Listen, I know Ray. He said, of course you want the Yankees because it's the Yankees. That's what he said in his head. That's not what came out of his mouth, but I know you, Ray. That's what you said. But it's true. Let me say it. Let me say it for you. It's because it's the Yankees. I'm a Phillies fan, but there is no other team. There's no other team you could put in there unless Iowa had a team.
That's the thing, right? Every time wherever the Yankees go, because people either love the Yankees or they love to hate the Yankees.
Yeah,
attendance always goes up. So I mean, it's not like I don't think this was going to be an 8,000-seat stadium. I don't think it was going to be hard to sell it out anyway. But it's going to be a big.
I don't know how they're going to logistically do it. The baseball side of it makes sense, but how are you going to keep people away from that?
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and they even said where the outfield wall is going to be made of like a transparent glass. So obviously glass is transparent, but like a plastic kind, it's like a.
First off, it's translucent, Ray. It's translucent.
That's yes.
Okay.
You. Yeah. That's.
They're gonna have to protect the players
and stuff behind it.
Yeah, so here's some fun things to look forward to. All right, at the 7th inning stretch, people are absolutely going to come out of the cornfield onto the field. It has to happen.
Yeah.
Over under on Kevin Costner being there is probably a 1-to-1 odds.
He's going to have to be there. Yeah.
If he's not there, then what the hell, right?
He's got to throw out the first pitch.
He has to
throw out the first pitch.
He has to, and it's got to be.
Him and Ray Liotta have to be there throwing out the first pitch.
Absolutely. Like if that doesn't happen, then the MLB has significantly screwed this up, right? There can't be any scheduling conflicts on this, right? So they have to be there. He has to throw out the first pitch to Ray Liotta. Has to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Or whoever played his dad in that movie, right?
Right.
Something like that, right? I'm just very interested to see how they're going to keep 100,000 people from showing up to that, or what they're going to do. And then they're going to have to barricade the field because this field is in the middle of nowhere.
It's in the middle of a cornfield.
Yeah, I know. It literally is in the middle of the. I mean, the other thing about it too is that first off, just I got to say this, great move by the MLB doing this. I mean, it's phenomenal. I love things like this. I will say that the NHL, I have to say this, really started paving the way for this when they started doing the Winter Classics.
Yes.
And putting hockey rinks on football fields and baseball fields and other places, because it really did open up the idea of, hey, look, why don't we think outside the box a little bit? This is outside the box thinking, and I love it. The other cool thing is that I don't know how many years. Is this like a 30th anniversary or something of the film?
This year is the 30th anniversary of Field of Dreams.
And that is a film, an original film. Again, this is where the geek and the sport kind of come together. There's not many original films like that anymore. And I was actually saying to Ray, I think the other day that or somebody else, I was talking to somebody about their favorite film. And they said Field of Dreams was their favorite film. This was a baseball player. And I said, well, not Bull Durham. And they said no. And I said, well, Bull Durham is Field of Dreams. It's just without the depth. It's the same film. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, like I said, people care about Kevin Costner throwing a ball to his fake a ghost father than him breaking the minor league hitting record in that movie. But Field of Dreams is a film I would not mind if that came back right now. I think we need a little bit of Field of Dreams right now. About following your gut, and just believing in something, not really knowing where you're going, which is exactly why this show came to be. I mean, I called Ray and I was like, if we podcast it, people will come. Yeah. And 4 people showed up to our first episode. Yeah. And then, but seriously, look, that's what living's all about, is doing the things you want to do. And like you said, we all got to live. We all got to work. I know some of you listening for sure are in hard times right now. I know that, right? But I'm saying, it's all about that living, man. Live. That movie really kind of gets that message. And then the last thing I'll say about it, Ray, is that what's cool about movies like that is that, and you'll get this, when you watch it as a kid, it's very much about you and your dad. It's very much about the feelings it draws up about, the relationship with parents, right? And now I'm kind of on the other side of that, where it's now I watch that movie as a father. It's a totally different movie. You know what I mean? I remember, the choking scene where his daughter's choking on the hot dog. It's a spoiler alert, right? she survives, right? Don't worry. But I remember watching that as a kid, oh no. I watched it as a father, if someone did that to my daughter, she'd choke. I would beat the shit out of my brother-in-law. I remember thinking like that. By the way, if my brother-in-laws are listening, I would never do that to you. So don't come find me. Yeah. But Field of Dreams, MLB baseball, well overdue. Should be a great broadcast as well. Looking forward to.
Hopefully, it's
that.
not Joe Buck. I don't want it to be. Please don't be Joe Buck.
You don't want Joe Buck broadcasting that? It would be great.
No.
There he is. There's Kevin Costner. You might know him from hit movies like The Draft. Or Mr. Brooks.
Superman's father. Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And he is a Superman of sorts, isn't he, Ray?
Oh, God.
All right, I've ruined the episode.
Please, whoever's
Ray, listen. I'd love to mash Joe Buck up. But we can mash something else. So may I introduce the mashup?
Yes, you may introduce the mashup.
Actually, literally, the MLB is making a mashup of the Field of Dreams field as a location and professional baseball. So the mashup for today for us is Ray and I have been thinking about this, of what mythical location in games, comics, movies, whatever, would be a great location for a professional sports game.
Yeah.
Right? So it's funny because, again, so understand this. So you can pick anything. So just joking around, World 1-1 of Mario would be a great place to see Usain Bolt try and sprint through that. Right? Dodging turtles and Goombas to jump off the big flag. Hopefully he doesn't fall and ruin his career's kind of over now anyway. But that's the idea. It's where would you want to put a pro sports team into a fictional world? Ray, I'm going to let you go first. This is one of those ones, man, we could meditate on this for a while.
Yes, I've got 2 actually. So
go ahead.
The first one is it's pretty obvious, but I think we need to have a hockey game on Hoth.
Yeah,
Star Wars.
The names alone, the marketing, hockey on
Hoth. It sells itself. It makes perfect sense.
No, the Rangers are there.
Yeah,
you can do all the quotes in there. Think about this, right? Your goalie will die before you hit the first tauntaun, or before there's a goal. Then I'll see you in hell. Yeah. Oh man, I just as soon kiss a flyer. I can arrange that. I could go on for hours here. I'm going to stop.
Yeah,
I'm going for a long time.
But that one, and then you mentioned Mario Brothers. Speaking of Mario Brothers, the New York Giants playing in Giant Land in Super Mario Brothers 3.
That's a good one.
I think it just makes perfect sense, right? It's their whole world, right? It's the New York Giants in Giant World of Super Mario Brothers 3. So I think that made a lot of sense.
I'm going on the rabbit hole here. First off, that is probably one of the most fun worlds in Mario history.
Yes.
Because I remember being there and just being more enamored that everybody was so gigantic. Here's a question. this is kind of using Marvel logic, but is there a gigantic Mario in Mario Giant World that we don't know about?
No, I think no, because he's not from there, and that world is just the denizens of that world happen to be bigger.
How has that world not taken over?
They should also bring in Charge and Chuck from Super Mario World.
Yeah,
they're the football players, so you can have the Giants taking on a team of Charge and Chucks.
That would be very interesting. No one would die, I hope.
I hope.
This is one I thought of, and it's going to come across as a little generic, but it's just something about it made sense to me. I would love to see a football game or a baseball game on Hyrule Field in Nintendo 64.
Speaking of Field of Dreams, yeah.
Yeah, right? Because there's just a lot of stuff that goes on there, and like you're not far from your nearest water temple at any time if you're there. Or desert for some reason, because Hyrule has deserts appear out of nowhere.
Everybody refreshes themselves with some Lon milk.
Yeah. I'd like to see a competition on Dagobah, because why the hell not?
Why not?
I don't know what... I would like to see Michael Phelps competitive swimming in the swamps of Dagobah, because seeing him outrun that creature... Yeah. Listen, the gold medals were great, but outswimming that thing in Dagobah's swamp was... We made it.
Yeah.
And then Yoda pulls him out at the last second before he gets caught. We could really go on for a while. I'm still thinking of some mythical. I'd love to see like a Rocket League, but with soccer players.
Oh yeah, well that's kind of like what they did in Overwatch, right? In Overwatch, they took Lucio's and they called it Lucio Ball, and they put them on like basically it's Rocket League, but with a team of that particular character playing in soccer. So yeah, I mean obviously not real life, still video games, but.
Can I do another Star Wars one?
Yes.
I would love to see
Always.
18 holes of golf on Mustafar. Just dodging the lava.
Funny enough, we did that in an earlier podcast.
We did. That's right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah. We did Star Wars golf. I think that's episode 4.
Yeah. My God. See, that's how many episodes we did. I forgot about that. I really did until you said something. I would love to see Tiger Woods on Mustafar.
There you go.
What was that line? What kind of a person makes a planet with one geological nature set across the entire planet? Why would he do that? I love that.
Oh man. So I think we got some good ideas. Obviously, we want to know what ideas can you guys come up with for the mashup? Obviously, Be sure to comment on the episode, email us geekswholikesports@gmail.com. I mean, if you do, we will do another mailbag. We've had mailbags in the past. We love getting your guys' comments. We love talking directly with you. Or obviously comment on the Facebook group or on the YouTube page where this will go up. Along with the SoundCloud and the iTunes and iHeartRadio and Spotify, and yes, this is a shameless plug, and everything else that we're now on Stitcher. So I mean, it's an exciting time to be a geek who likes sports. But I think this is a particularly fun mashup. Really want to hear what you guys.
Yeah, we'll actually I think we'll have to promote this separately as well, because this is fun. That's fun. We'll make sure that we just type it out so you guys can write your answers below. But like really give it a thought, because I love these mashups. They're fun to think about. They really are.
Yeah.
So much so that we recreated one without even thinking about it. Golf on Mustafar.
That's right.
On the Mustafar system.
Oh man. But yeah, so I can't believe it, Lee. That hour has flown by.
That really was quick today. Yeah. Disney Plus, Pokemon
Disney
Go.
Plus, man, it is going to
Field
be
of
amazing.
Dreams.
Disney Plus, Pokemon, football, baseball. It's football season, folks. It's football season. We are out of the sports doldrums.
Thank goodness. It's funny. It really was just in time, wasn't it? Because we were just talking a couple weeks ago about how horrible it is. And it is so refreshing even to see preseason football. Just so refreshing to have something else. Again, no offense to baseball fans. Like, we love baseball. We really do. But it's just, man, the last week of July, first week of August, it's like, come on. Please. I hated it so much. All right. Real quick updates before you close it out, Ray. So we have heard you. We did ask you guys when would be the best time to release episodes. It just sounds like the first half of the week is the best time. So episodes will typically come out Monday, Tuesday, or the latest Wednesday, depending on their schedules. But I will be traveling pretty heavily over the next 3 weeks. One of them will be with Ray, so we won't have a problem there. But look for Geeks episodes to start coming out Tuesday or Wednesday. Following this episode. So today's date is August 9th. This episode will be out over the weekend. But next episode will probably be out the 20th or the 21st, followed by the same thing the next week. So we'll be out on Tuesday or Wednesday the next 2 weeks after you hear this. Unless it's far in the future, then you can listen to them now. And then we will be live at PAX on August 30th at 9:30 p.m. We're going to record an episode. We have some great panelists, as Ray said. But we're going to be together. Really looking forward to interacting with people in Seattle and people at PAX because, again, as much as we're talking, we do want to expand the show to you because you're listening to us and we appreciate it. Ray, I'm going to throw it back to you. This is Lee Elias with Strong Protector, available at your local podcast channel.
Yeah, so like Lee said, we will be at PAX West August 30th, 9:30 p.m. Come on, we're gonna have a live Q&A. We're gonna have a live show. We're gonna do a truncated show, but we're gonna have a Q&A. So if you guys want to ask us anything and you're in the Seattle area, come on down. We've got some great guests: Duncan Stanley, Gordon Bellamy, Mel Kirk, guys who are fantastic video game experts. I think you're gonna really enjoy hearing what they have to say. Also, of course, big sports fans. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Doing that, and of course, again, we're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Everything.
Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Opencast. I'm sure there's things I'm forgetting, but whatever you guys want to listen to us on, we're probably there. Of course, also YouTube, the website, geekswholikesports.com. Comment, let us know. The Facebook group, Geeks Who Like Sports, Facebook.com/Geeks Who Like Sports. And again, we just want to say thank you again to everybody who has supported us thus far in this endeavor. We really, really appreciate it, and we can't wait. You guys, we got a lot of surprises, a lot of fun stuff coming down the line that we can't wait to talk to you about. So stay tuned, keep listening, keep supporting us. We thank you so much. For Lee, I'm Ray. This has been episode 18 of Geeks Who Like Sports. We'll talk to you next week, everybody.